Hello, good afternoon. It's me, DB Rainazi. I'm from BBS English Language and IELTS Center. You know, BBS English Language and IELTS Center is situated in Butwal Milanchok Manipath-071540113, Nepal. BBS English Language and IELTS Center has been making a lot of English videos on various lessons of grade 12 and grade 11. And today I'm here to teach you about a very important lesson of grade 12. That's from Unit 1.5. It's about familiar and unfamiliar experiences. Dear students, although this video is made especially focusing for the students of grade 12, but this is equally very important for all those English language learners and those people who want to speak English fluently. Today, particularly, I'm going to talk about familiar and unfamiliar experiences. You know, you have both kinds of experiences. Some experiences are familiar and sometimes some experiences are unfamiliar. So now first let's talk about what are the familiar experiences or what are the unfamiliar experiences. What kind of experiences are called familiar experiences and what kind of experiences are unfamiliar experiences. Dear students, all familiar experiences are also known as the old experiences. The experiences that you have already tried and tested. Okay, let me write here number A, that's familiar. Okay, familiar experiences. Okay. Okay. So I'm first going to talk about what are the familiar experiences and what kind of experiences are called familiar. So all familiar experiences are called old experiences. The experiences that you have already tried and that you do not feel any difficulty in doing the kind of experience, the kind of things. For example, driving a car. I can drive a car. Driving a car is not very difficult for me. I can drive it very easily because I've tried driving a car many times. Therefore, I can say, okay, first let me write one very important structure about how to express the familiar experiences. So, students, you can use this structure. This structure is very important for expressing our familiar experiences. Subject, is, am, are, plus used to plus verb ma ing laganu. Okay? Now this structure, subject, is, am, are, used to plus verb ing is a very essential structure to talk about your familiar or your old experiences. Like, for example, if I just say that I can drive a car, so I can say I'm used to driving a car. Similarly, you might be very good at cooking food. If you have tried cooking at home for many times, if you have cooked food many times at home, certainly you have some experiences of cooking, and then you can express your cooking experiences by using this structure, like I'm used to. Okay, now you can see I'm writing an example of that. I'm used to cooking food. Sometimes you might have the experiences of working in the field. Though working in the field might be very difficult, but if you have already worked for many times, and you can say that I'm used to working. Okay, working in the field. Okay. So now, dear students, I want to make you very clear about how to express your old experiences, familiar experiences. This is familiar experiences or your old experiences. So remember to use used to an ing form. Always use used to an ing form to talk about your old experiences. The experiences that are very easy for you, that you have already tried and tested. So for example, let me review once more here. I'm used to driving a car, I'm used to cooking food, I'm used to working in the field. So in this way you have so many old experiences, so many experiences with which you are familiar. You can say sometimes you might be quite familiar with washing your clothes, so you can say I'm used to washing my clothes. Somebody might be, doing exercises, so you can say I'm used to doing exercise. Sometimes somebody might be quite used to doing like running in the morning. Okay, so this is all about how to express the familiar experiences. Dear students, now let's move to unfamiliar experiences. Now I'm going to give you some important ideas about how to express unfamiliar. Okay, number B, unfamiliar. Okay, unfamiliar experiences. Okay, unfamiliar experiences are, all those kind of experiences which are very quite new. You have never tried these kinds of experiences before, so they are called new experiences or unfamiliar experiences. If you have never done anything, if you have never tried these experiences, then you can say just a negative of this structure. Just here positive, is, am, are used to. Here you can use subject plus is, am, are, plus you can just make negative, not used to, okay, plus ing form you can use. You can just use the negative form of this is, am, are, not used to plus ing form. So like if you have never tried driving a car, and then if you cannot drive a car, or if you are trying this experience, if you are trying this for the first time, you can say I'm not used to driving a car, I'm not I'm not used to. If you have never tried to climb a tree, have you ever climbed a tree? If climbing a tree is a new thing for you, if you are doing this for the first time, then you can say I'm not used to climbing a tree. If climbing a tree is your first experience, and then you can say I'm not used to climbing a tree. Similarly, you can say if you have never tried cooking, you can say I'm not used to cooking. If you have never tried driving a car, you can say I'm not used to driving a car. If you have never worked in the field, if you have never worked, there might be some people who have never worked in the field, and they can say that they are not used to work in the field. We are not used to work in the field. Some people might not be used to running in the morning, and then he can say I'm not used to running. I'm not used to running. So I'm not used to cooking. I'm not used to playing. I'm not used to. So remember, students, you have to remember the structure I'm not used to plus ing is certainly used to talk about your unfamiliar or new experiences. And another one is you can say I have never plus or 3 before. You can use this structure. I have never plus or 3 before. Okay. So if you have never tried this, so for example, look at here. I'm not used to climbing a tree. Then how do you express this? I have never climbed a tree before. You can say example I've never climbed a tree before. Okay. If you have never done it, obviously this is a new thing. This is a new thing for you. So you can say I have never climbed a tree before. I'm not used to climbing a tree. And you can also say I've never climbed a tree before. And dear students, similarly, there's one more structure that you can use to talk about your new experiences, or that you can use to talk about your unfamiliar experiences. Like you can use, this is the first time. This is the first time. Yes, I have ever plus verb 3. You can use this stuff. So this is structure. If climbing a tree is your first experiences, if it is your first attempt to climb a tree, you can say this is the first time. This is the first time. Okay, first time. This is the first time I have ever climbed a tree. You can say this is the first time I have ever climbed the tree. So there might be a lot of experiences, dear student, there might be a lot of experiences which are quite new for you. For example, if I ask you about using a computer, have you ever used a computer before? or this is the first time you are using, this is the first time you have ever used a computer. If you have never touched a computer before, obviously this is your new experience, obviously this is your unfamiliar experience. You may feel some uneasiness, or you may feel difficulties in handling the computer. Certainly unfamiliar experiences are quite difficult for us to handle. For example, if someone, for the new one, okay, like cycling or driving a cycle or riding a cycle might be quite new. So he can say, this is the first time I ever tried cycling, or this is the first time I ever ridden a cycle. I'm not used to riding a cycle. I'm not used to riding a cycle, or I've never ridden a cycle before. So this is how you can talk about your unfamiliar experiences. Similarly, if somebody has never tried speaking English before, and then he can say, this is the first time I have ever spoken English. It means I have never spoken English before. I have never tried speaking English before. And he can also say, I'm not used to speaking English. This is the first time I have ever tried speaking English. I'm not used to speaking English, and I've never tried to speak English before. So this is how you can talk about your unfamiliar experience. Dear students, I hope my lessons, my information about familiar experiences on unfamiliar experiences will be very helpful to prepare for your examinations, as well as I hope this kind of lessons will be very important for all those people who want to speak English and who want to make their English better and better. Dear guys, I hope you will be watching BBC English Language and IELTS Center, and that is our official channel. Please don't forget to subscribe BBC English Language and IELTS Center, so that you can watch a lot of videos. Thank you very much. Thank you.